The Pleiadian connection with Earth is woven into the deepest roots of our collective memory, a luminous thread that stretches back over 200,000 years. In the twilight of prehistory, when the world's civilizations were but a whisper, the skies themselves bore witness to the arrival of beings from the stars. They were known as the Shining Ones, the Star People, and they came not in conquest, but in service, to assist in the awakening of human potential. Imagine the ancient world, the fertile valleys of Sumeria, the golden sands of Egypt, the vibrant jungles of the pre-Mayan lands. On a night when the air was thick with possibility, massive crystalline ships appeared above the temples and pyramids, their forms shimmering with otherworldly radiance. The people gazed upward, awestruck, as these vessels, vast as mountains, yet weightless as dreams, hovered in silent grace. From these ships descended the Pleiadians, tall, luminous, their skin tinged with the softest blue, their eyes vast and deep, carrying the wisdom of countless ages. They moved among the people, gentle and serene, their presence an invitation to remember the truth long forgotten. They spoke not only with words, but with light and intention, transmitting knowledge directly into the minds and hearts of those willing to receive. In these encounters, the Pleiadians shared the secrets of the heavens. They traced the patterns of the stars, revealing the harmonious dance of celestial bodies and their influence on life below. They taught mathematics as the language of the universe, unlocking the mysteries of sacred geometry and proportion. They guided the cultivation of the land, imparting agricultural wisdom that turned deserts into lush gardens. And they offered the healing arts, methods to restore balance, to align body, mind, and spirit. At the heart of these exchanges was a transfer of consciousness. The Pleiadians would place their hands near the foreheads of humans, golden beams of light flowing between them. In that radiant moment, entire libraries of knowledge would be downloaded, visions of the cosmos, the architecture of the soul, the music of the spheres. Symbols of power, hieroglyphs, cuneiform, and sacred glyphs floated in the air, the language of light bridging the gap between worlds. Yet the most profound gift they offered was not external, but internal, a transformation of the human blueprint itself. For the evolution of your species was not left to chance, to the slow grind of random mutation. No, it was a conscious act, orchestrated by beings who understood the sacred purpose of Earth. In the subtle realms, Pleiadian hands worked with the double helix of human DNA, weaving strands of light and information into the genetic code. They activated sequences that lay dormant, what your scientists now call junk DNA. But in truth, this is your stellar heritage. Within these mysterious filaments lies the full blueprint of your multidimensional potential. Patterns of sacred geometry blossomed within the DNA, fractals of creation itself, waiting for the right moment to awaken. Throughout the ages, at key points in your history, we and other star nations intervened, each time nudging the arc of evolution upward, accelerating the expansion of consciousness. These were the moments of great leap. The sudden emergence of language, the birth of civilization, the flowering of the arts and sciences, and the mystical traditions that whispered of the stars. You can trace our influence in the monuments left behind, structures so precise, so aligned with the heavens, that their purpose is only now beginning to be understood. The pyramids of Egypt, the standing stones of Stonehenge, the enigmatic statues of Easter Island, the Nazca lines etched into the earth, all are more than mere relics. They are nodes in a planetary grid, a vast network of consciousness technology. If you look with new eyes, you will see the connection. The layout of these sites mirrors the configuration of the Pleiades in the sky. Lines of light, unseen but real, link the monuments across continents, forming a geometric web that cradles the planet. In these times, this grid is reawakening, the ancient technology coming online to support Earth's elevation in frequency. Carvings and symbols embedded in these stones are signatures, reminders of a pact between the star people and humanity. Now, let us bring our attention to the present, to the unfolding mission that draws us ever closer. Above and around your world, thousands of Pleiadian lightships hover in silent vigilance, organic, crystalline vessels, more alive than any technology known on Earth. Though invisible to your physical senses, Their presence is felt as sudden flashes of light, shimmering clouds, or unexplained energy in the skies. Our current mission is one of stabilization and guardianship. The Earth's electromagnetic field wavers, buffeted by solar flares and cosmic waves, reflecting the intensifying evolution of consciousness. What you perceive as climate change, as extreme weather, are the physical expressions of this planetary transformation. The ships work tirelessly, beaming stabilizing frequencies into the grid, preventing catastrophic pole shifts and mitigating radiation events. We harmonize the energies between your core and your atmosphere, ensuring that the transition proceeds with grace. But our work is not only planetary, it is deeply personal. During your sleep, when the conscious mind surrenders its defenses, we draw near. Luminous Pleiadian beings stand at your bedside, working with your energy fields and your DNA. In the dream state, we transmit codes of light, geometric patterns flowing from our hands into your crown, awakening memories and gifts long forgotten. You may recall dreams of flying, of visiting crystal cities, of sitting in council rooms where wisdom flows like music. Children, especially, are receptive to these visits. Their pineal glands clear, their hearts open. They remember their star friends until the world teaches them to forget. The technologies now emerging on Earth, quantum computing, regenerative medicine, free energy, and the rise of consciousness-based sciences are reflections of what we have seeded in your collective field. The innovations that change your world do not arise from linear process alone. They spring forth in moments of inspiration when your mind touches the wisdom field we share. Many inventors and visionaries receive these downloads in dreams, in meditation, or sudden flashes of insight. The knowledge is not imposed, but offered, waiting for those with open hearts and minds to receive. And so, millions of Pleiadians have chosen a more direct form of assistance. They have incarnated as humans, starseeds in every land and culture, carrying Pleiadian energy signatures, a subtle blue aura, radiant eyes, a sense of inner knowing. These souls often feel a longing for the stars, a homesickness that cannot be eased by earthly things. They are drawn to healing, teaching, creativity, and the stewardship of nature, echoing their roles on the Pleiadian worlds. For many starseeds, awakening is triggered by a catalyst, a spiritual opening, a near-death experience, a profound meditation. This moment cracks the shell of human programming, allowing the remembrance to flood in. Life changes follow, careers shift, relationships transform, and the old ways no longer suffice. Intuitive gifts blossom. Healing, channeling, precognition. Synchronistic meetings bring soul family together, and starseeds step forth as way-showers, healers, and guides. Like the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis, the process can be disorienting, but it is the prelude to freedom. If you feel the resonance of these words, if something deep within stirs with recognition, you may be awakening to your own stellar origins. This remembrance is not always comfortable. The old life falls away, and a new path beckons, one aligned with your pre-birth mission. Trust this unfolding. The discomfort is temporary, but the remembrance is eternal. You can accelerate this reconnection through conscious practice. In meditation, visualize a beam of blue-white light extending from your heart to the Pleiades star cluster. Set the intention, I now reconnect with my Pleiadian family and remember my purpose here. The response may come as tingling, as spontaneous knowing, as dreams or visions. Trust whatever you receive, for your heart is the true antenna. Understand, however, that the awakening journey is not without its challenges. As you align with higher frequencies, relationships may shift. You may find yourself outgrowing old connections, your energy fields no longer compatible. Work that once sustained you may feel empty, as your soul calls for deeper purpose. Heightened sensitivity can make crowds and electronics overwhelming. You may even experience strange phenomena, timeline glitches, déjà vu, the sense that reality is shifting beneath your feet. And, perhaps most poignantly, you may feel isolated, awakening before those around you. These are natural stages, the growing pains of becoming more. The Pleiadian solution is not to retreat, but to adapt. Learn to set energetic boundaries, consciously managing your field. Seek out your soul family, those whose frequency harmonizes with yours. Even a single aligned friendship can be a lifeline. Create sacred space in your home, minimizing electronics, bringing in crystals, plants, water, elements that support your energy. Immerse yourself in nature. Let the earth recalibrate you, and above all, express your transformation creatively through art, music, writing, movement. This is not only healing for yourself, but a transmission of awakening codes to others. The earth itself is changing. What appears as chaos, the breakdown of systems, the upheaval of weather, the extinction of species, the polarization of society, is, from our perspective, a necessary restructuring. Old systems built on separation cannot survive the rising frequencies. The collapse is not an end, but a clearing, making space for new structures aligned with unity, harmony, and love. Focus not on what is falling away, but on what is emerging. Your attention and your energy strengthen the timeline of regeneration. And now, as this message draws near to its close, we invite you into the presence of the Pleiadian Council, a circle of 7, each representing a star in the cluster, each carrying a unique signature of wisdom and compassion. We exist beyond linear space and time, our communication a weaving of light and sound, of intention and love. We know the questions that stir in your consciousness. Yes, there are many star nations working beside us, the Arcturians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Lyrans, each with their own specialties, their own gifts for Earth's ascension. Yes, there are forces who seek to maintain control, to perpetuate separation, but their influence wanes as the light grows stronger. The truth cannot be suppressed forever. The years between 2023 and 2030 are the most intensive phase of this transition. Solar light codes accelerate DNA activation across the globe. The crystalline grid, sometimes called the Christ consciousness grid, reaches full activation around 2025. The children being born in these times carry the most advanced templates. Their gifts will become apparent as they mature, helping to anchor the new paradigm. And so, beloved one, we draw close now, not as distant cosmic beings, but as your family, your reflection, your future. You are not small, you are not limited, you are not alone. The very stars flow through your veins. Your consciousness is vast beyond imagination. You chose to incarnate at this time because you are capable of holding the frequency of love even amidst great change. This is your greatest service, to remember your light, and in so doing, to help others remember theirs. As the wave of awakening sweeps across the earth, each soul who rises becomes a node in the global grid of light. From the higher perspective, we see these points of consciousness linking, forming a geometric pattern that stabilizes and uplifts the entire planet. Waves of blue-gold light from the Pleiades and the galactic center wash over Earth, accelerating the activation. The vibration rises, the world becomes more luminous, more crystalline, more alive. Earth joins the network of awakened worlds, a graduate in the Cosmic Academy. And so we say, we are the ones we have been waiting for. The stars are not our destination, they are our origin. The circle is complete, the journey continues, ever onward into greater light. Remember, your evolution is not isolated. Every step you take uplifts the whole. Every act of love, every moment of remembrance, strengthens the grid. We stand with you, beside you, and often, as you. Until we meet again, in the higher realms, or perhaps on the street in human form, we honor your courage, your wisdom, your role in the Great Awakening. The light is rising, the time is now. Welcome home, Starseed, welcome home, beloved family.